Okay. I'm gonna be exuding this shit the hell up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the season finale. And if I'm gonna go out with a bang, I'm gonna do something serious. And I'm taking you through a journey, the long, grueling process of making the perfect spaghetti and meatballs. So to get inside of a meatball, you gotta break down the psychology of a meatball. You gotta become a meatball. Let's get my stuff together. You're gonna need some peeled tomatoes, 2 cans, 1 can of crushed tomatoes, sweet onions preferably, garlic, some parsley, some marsala wine, balsamic vinaigrette, little bit of coriander, some grated cheese, some basils, and some breadcrumbs, some eggs, some sugar, salt, pepper. There's a little butter in there. Oh yeah, ground beef, ground pork, a little prosciutto, olive oil, and I think that's it. This is peeled tomatoes. I normally used crushed tomatoes. It's just a tomato. Oh, that's so Hello. What really matters, take a can, I'm gonna fill it up with water to put in here because I'm gonna put it on a high heat because I wanna cook the tomatoes and make them mushy and soft. I'm actually gonna add 2 cans of water. Oh, you want this? Buddy, I heard you were making meatballs. What I need is my big grandma spoon, made of olive wood. Oh, they have the thing! Though this thing is what's gonna save us right now. These tomatoes are not gonna be happy with me, man. Mash these. These pieces are relatively big. I'm gonna turn this down to like a medium high as opposed to being at high. I've had it at high the whole time. Let's start thinking about how to be a meatball the right way. 2 grams of carbs, gluten-free, 100 calories. Tomato. Generally, that's not, what we're looking for. It's definitely gonna take some more time. It's gonna be good, I promise, I swear. First things first, I'm gonna dice up an onion. This is Emilio. Because I'm gonna turn my back to this sauce, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. So we're like at medium now. I'm gonna cut this bad boy in half. I don't want none of that. If you spent a little more time loving your onions, maybe they wouldn't make you cry so much. This shit is hard when you hustling. God, this sucks. Motherfuckers act like this saves time. Maybe it saves some time. And I'm gonna, and then I'm gonna. So this is like 30 minutes in, I would say. Slow boil, nothing crazy. Still water and tomato. I turned it back up. We're gonna add a new player to the game. All right, so where are we at now? We're at 2 cans of whole peeled tomatoes and a can of crushed tomatoes. Yeah, I got one of these. My girl got it for me for my birthday and I love it. And peeled tomatoes that are falling apart nicely. I got it at a medium-high heat. It's not exactly boiling yet, but I've got a bit of a thicker consistency, which gives me hope. All right, we have to fix this problem. While it's heating up, I'm gonna put some olive oil in there. I don't know how much that is. What would you say? You want to coat the bottom of your pan and then just have a little extra. You have this at a medium-high heat. Working with gas, it gets hot fast. I'm gonna put some onions in here and see if they start sizzling up. Yeah, they're gonna be sizzling. Make sure these are all evenly coated. Crystal sugar. We're gonna put an indiscernible amount of sugar. We're just gonna cover the onions. This is a big pot of sauce, don't be scared. These onions are gonna be the sweetness. Now we got some marsala wine. We're gonna pour that in there. I'm gonna turn it up, medium-high heat. And it looks like that. It's starting to become a deal here, being made between the tomatoes and the water. There's gonna be a little prosciutto in this sauce. It's almost acting as a salt and a protein. For all you sophisticated cats out there. Oh God, this is a slimy adventure. I'm gonna take my prosciutto, I'm gonna put it in there with the onions. So we got sweet, salty, and greasy up in this piece right here. I'm gonna put some parsley in it. After I wash my hands, then I wash my hands. But I'm never clean. We're gonna take this mixture here, and we are gonna dump it straight in the sauce. You hear me? We're just gonna dump it on straight in there. Boom, bang, bing. So we're gonna cut up a little more onion to saute with some garlic to put into our sauce because I think it needs more onion. And I like onions. So all that goody goodness in that pan that I did, my onions and prosciutto and all that shit, that's still in there. So I don't need to add more oil. Do I worry that it's gonna burn? Yeah. Bam. Still hot. Got this bullshit ass chopped garlic. Got a little bit of water in it, so I'm gonna take advantage of that. Put some moisture in my pan. Gonna stir that all around. I'm gonna add some balsamic vinaigrette. Turn it up, keep it high. This goes in the sauce. Bam! Drop some parsley. Just pick that up. Bam! Put it right back in there. For the first time, ladies and gentlemen, basil. So I'm gonna let this sit for about an hour, see if I can get the water level to come down. And then I'll start thinking about making my meatballs. We'll see you in an hour. So you gotta be stirring it. If you have it on the high heat, you gotta basically watch it and stir it the whole time. After about 10 to 15 minutes, you can bring it down to medium, let it simmer and boil. You still want it to boil because it's basically very watery. I want this to be more like a gravy. And she's bubbling, and she's gonna bubble like that for a long, long time. So I just have to taste my tomato mixture and see if I'm on the right track. Hot. Needs more. So I'm gonna add some more of my balsamic vinaigrette here. I'm gonna turn the heat up. A little Marsala cooking wine. I'm gonna stir that around. It's already starting to thicken up and my water level is starting to drop. An hour and a half now. I'm gonna add another 2 cans of water. I'm gonna turn the heat back up and then I'm gonna get started on my meatballs. That might have seemed excessive, but it boils down a lot faster than you think. Let's get started on the meatballs. So you remember old Greasy and Oniony? We're gonna bring him on back, like a medium-high heat. And in this bowl here, I have some super small, here, come close, come close. Super small diced onions, some chopped up tiny garlic, and some parsley. Olive oil here. I'm gonna start with putting all my meat here in this bowl. About 1.5 pounds of beef, a little over 1/2 pound of ground pork, 1/4 pound of prosciutto. I'm gonna mash it up with my fingers. I'm gonna tear it up like a barbaric animal. It's gonna be delicious. My grandma always told me put 1 egg per pound of meat. I forgot! We gotta get these onions, garlic, and parsley into this olive oil. Yeah, sizzle, sizzle, baby. While my onions and garlic are cooking, I'm gonna take some fennel seed. Not too much. I'm gonna take some parsley. Make it rain. Any kind of grated cheese of your choice. And I'd say just get a handful of that shit in there. I'm gonna take my mixture here and I'm gonna bring it back over to the stove. Turn the heat up. I had some red wine. Get some Marsala wine actually to go along with the sauce because that's what's in the sauce. Bam. We're gonna stir that, boil the alcohol out. And now, as you can see, there's barely really any liquid left. Yeah, so I took it off the heat. I'm gonna add some salted butter into those onions and garlic there with the Marsala wine. That's too much butter, but I'm gonna take some out. Don't be scared, little boys and girls. I'm gonna put a little more fennel seed in there. And I'm not even messing around with you. I'm gonna put some garlic powder in there. Royally bubbling sea here. And then we're gonna add some pepper. Just really get it in there. Like a grandma. I mix it up with my hands. I forgot the breadcrumbs. It should be fantastic. The Italian brain, man. Woo! Being a goofball. Bam, more. Ooh, I should have preheated the oven. What the fuck did I just say? This here is my meatball mix. And I'm gonna roll this bad boy up in little balls. So I've consistently been fluctuating the sauce between like a high, medium, low, high, medium. I'm gonna roll up these meatballs. I gotta preheat the oven. Friggin' Acme Juniors, bro. Now we just gotta roll up. In between a golf ball and a tennis ball. Not very big, not very small. I want to get a bunch of them on the tray. I don't want them to cook all the way. Have I been rhyming this whole time, dude? This is disgusting. And you really, 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 really want them to be about the same size so that they cook evenly. God damn it. You know, I'm gonna leave them in a little longer, get a little bit more of a char on top here. So I'm just gonna broil it real fast to get a brown on the top, and then I'm gonna throw them in the sauce and let the games begin. You can't fuck around with a broiler. So, these are my beautiful meatballs. They're not cooked all the way. I'm gonna put them in the sauce and they're gonna cook the rest of the way because we got another 2 hours or so cook time on my sauce. This has certainly begun, ladies and gentlemen. You're gonna lower your heat down to simmer, but I'm gonna come back every half hour and stir it. A little olive oil, salt for flavor. Now we wait. Gosh darn, that's magnificent. Sauce is all done. I turned the heat off just before I put the spaghetti in the water. Let's take a look and see what we got here. I mean, there you have it. For this season finale, I'm gonna make sure that this spaghetti and meatballs is perfectly portioned and expertly plated. Bam, sauce on the bottom of my bowl, like such. We're gonna take this spaghetti gently, open in the middle there. Touch of sauce on the top. Parsley garnish, a little bit of cheese. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Perfect spaghetti and meatball. All right, so you gotta tell me how I did here. Was good? Yes, I did. There you have it. I gotta finish this shit up before she come back. Listen, I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for tuning in and being a part of this with me. Leave me comments, let's stay connected. If you like these videos and you want to see more, you know how to find me. My Instagram handle is always in the bio, along with the website for the Chris Ruben Band. Stay connected with us. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.